everyone, my name is Desola. I'm a fashion designer and you are welcome to my channel. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Daisy's Wardrobe. If you're new here, welcome. And if you're an existing subscriber, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And if you've seen my videos before and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so. And put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer based here in Lagos, Nigeria, and I've been in business for over 10 years. So here on my channel, I talk about starting a ready-to-wear business, starting a fashion business, starting a clothing brand, becoming a fashion designer, all things business, all things fashion, and sometimes, once in a while, I talk about my life. So here in today's video, it's more like a chit chat. It's more like airing my opinion about starting a clothing brand, a ready-to-wear clothing brand in Nigeria, or even any other kind of clothing brand. So like I said, I'm an African-inspired ready-to-wear fashion designer. I make my designs and I sell my designs right here in my store, and that is what I've done for over 10 years. So when I started this business, I wasn't thinking of starting a clothing brand, but along the line, because of certain things that I had done within the business, it became a clothing brand. So here in this video, I'll just be talking about my honest truth about starting a ready-to-wear clothing brand in Nigeria. So I have this clothing brand called Daisy's Wardrobe that has been in existence for about approximately 14 years now, and is a female clothing brand that focuses predominantly on African-inspired clothing for women. Having had this clothing brand for this number of years, I'm able to share my thoughts on starting a ready-to-wear clothing brand. There are a lot of ready-to-wear clothing brands out there now, and a lot of clothing brands that are not ready-to-wear. And this is something that has changed compared to when I first started. So the fashion industry has always been a very, very saturated market. It's been saturated for the longest time, and it will continue to be saturated. In fact, it is even more saturated as the years go by. Every single day, new brands are coming up, new designers are coming up within the fashion space, especially within Nigeria. So as a clothing brand, I always tell people that because the market is so saturated, sometimes you can wonder to yourself, especially if you're a small clothing brand or you're just looking to start, you may wonder to yourself that the market is so saturated. How do I stand out? How do I compete? In what ways can I compete? What can I do to be able to draw some attention to myself? That's why I always tell people that you need to know, first of all, your why. Your why is very important. Why have you started this clothing brand? Because when you know what your why is going to keep you grounded. Your why is going to push you forward. Even in the times when things are not going particularly well, your why is going to hold you down and keep you grounded. Because trust me, starting a ready-to-wear business in Nigeria, in as much as it seems and looks very easy, it's not as easy as people think it is. And you are definitely along the line going to come across some challenges that would make you feel like throwing in the towel. So when those times come, your why is one of the reasons that is going to keep you grounded. Knowing what you stand for, knowing who your customers are. And when I say knowing who your customers are, I don't mean, knowing the people that buy from you, on a regular basis, or people that you think would buy from you. Knowing who your customers are, I'm just talking about who your ideal customers are. So who you feel that these are the people that my clothing brand is focused on. Because you can't really compare yourself to every clothing brand that you see. There's so many clothing brands out there, and there are big ones, there are medium ones, and there are very small ones. But the thing is that what you need to know and what you need to understand as a brand is that we all have a back end, and we don't know how everybody's back end is being operated and what is supporting everybody's back end to make it look like what it is, if you understand what I'm saying. When I started my clothing brand, nobody told me that the journey will be this demanding. It has been very demanding. I'm not even going to lie about that. It has been very demanding, and no one will tell you that it's very demanding. What a lot of people see is the nice and good things around the brand, and no one thinks about the journey that has brought this clothing brand to where it is today. What people just see is the now. And the funny thing is that nobody really cares about the journey. The people that are interested in your brand are not really interested in the journey. Most people are interested in the now, in what they see now, in what the brand has become. So you find some clothing brands who have not really been in existence for a long time, and in one way or the other, they have blown up and become a very big brand. Meanwhile, you find another clothing brand who has been struggling for years and has just come to a place of recognition and is on the same level as the one who hasn't been in business or who hasn't been in existence for a long time. You who has been in business for a long time, it can be very discouraging for you. But the thing is that there is nothing to be discouraged about. As long as you're making progress, that is what matters. And you see the value in your brand. I always tell people that make sure you always celebrate your wins, no matter how little it is. Celebrate your wins within your brand. Celebrate your milestones, however you want to celebrate it, or just celebrate it. Because starting a brand in Nigeria and making people to be able to resonate and accept your brand is not always the easiest thing. But when you now get to that place whereby people recognize your brand, resonate with your brand, accept your brand, and trust your brand actually, is a good place to be. A brand is not built overnight. A solid brand that stands is not built overnight. It's built over time, regardless of what kind of support the brand has on the back end. A good brand, a solid brand, is built over time, and it involves a lot of work. So my video for today is done. I hope you enjoyed my little chit chat. If you learned a thing or two from this video and you enjoyed watching my video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe and put on the notification bell so that you know when I put up a new video. And so I will see you soon. Bye.